skirting.
It's lovely. So we're putting in an IKEA kitchen in here. Could you do that any louder?
I'll take it elsewhere.
And so on this window here, we're doing some overhead cupboards. Just because I think it'll look really cool because we've got massive 3-meter ceilings here. We're going to actually do overhead cupboards here, but then it will wrap over the top of the window as well, because we want to take advantage of that height. So there'll be a row of overhead cupboards running across the top of the window, and then there'll be some overhead cupboards coming down the side of the window. These overhead cupboards on the side of the window are 1 meter tall. So I'm a little bit concerned that those overhead cupboards are going to be quite high. So I've got an idea. Haven't told the chickies this yet. So all the IKEA flat packs have arrived today, which is really good because Randall loves IKEA flat packs. And so there's the kitchen. The whole kitchen is in there, and it will be going in there shortly. Just a little bit of a rundown. We've got 3-meter high ceiling, and so I feel to utilise that and to best make the room look in scale and in proportion, we need to put overhead cupboards that go above the window to the ceiling. And so that's what we've done here, but I'll just explain a little bit further. Because we've done these overhead cupboards across the top of the window, that therefore makes these cupboards really quite high. And so I was trying to think about what to do about that. And so what we've actually done is we've done this decorative timber cornice pelmet thing between the 2 rows. So that's that strip of timber cornice through there. Here we are, we're just trying to work it out. So this is the overhead cupboards that will be up and around here. And so this piece that we're going to put in between the 2 rows, we're looking at something like this. This is just a 100mm, something like that, 100mm piece of door jamb. And then we just got this ripped down piece of jamb, which is about 40mm, and then this timber cornice. We'll lift that up so it's got about a 5mm quirk, like that. And this will kind of be the detailing that will be between the 2 rows of cupboards. So it serves as 2 functions, I guess. By default, it lowers these overhead cupboards, so they're more accessible for your mugs, etc. But then also, it's this decorative trim carpentry, which it goes a long way to kind of disguising the fact that it's an IKEA kitchen. And obviously, we're going to paint that. So we'll take one of these panels to Bunnings and colour match this particular IKEA white, and then we'll paint that trim carpentry in the same colour as well. So it's going to look more built-in, more custom. Above these overheads, we've just put a jamb in there to build it into the ceiling. Obviously, it would be stupid to leave that open and just have that dicky little shelf ledge to collect dust. So we've built that in, but the house is really out of square. You probably can't really see it clearly here, but basically the distance from the top of the cupboard to the ceiling there is, I don't know, maybe 70mm, and it goes up to something like 100mm there. So because of that, traditionally I would have continued that little timber cornice. I would have run it along the front of there as well to, again, build this in. But I feel like that decorative timber cornice would just draw your eye to the fact that this is out of plumb here. So we've just done a, I guess, square set, I suppose, is the visual look of it, to disguise that there. There's actually no dining room in the house. Here's the kitchen, and over there is the lounge room. And so what we're going to do is have an island here. The island is actually going to be sort of a kitchen island, but also sort of a dining table. So the intention is we're going to use the same bench top that we've used in the kitchen, which is a timber 40mm oak, I think it is. And we're going to put that here at 900 high, so it'll be the same bench top and it'll be the same height. However, instead of having cabinetry underneath it like a normal kitchen island, it's actually going to be open underneath it. So you can put bar stools underneath it. So it'll function as a dining room table, but also because the bar stools can tuck all the way underneath it, it can also be used as, you know, a kitchen island for cooking and chopping up and whatnot. And we've come up with something quite cool and unique. The legs of this dining table / island are going to be made out of steel, and my husband is welding up. He actually nearly cut his finger off last night building it. And it's going to be like a cross brace steel leg, 2 of them, one at either end, and that's going to be powder coated matte black, because we're kind of going a little bit classic shaker / industrial. That's sort of the client's brief. And then through here, we've added this is an extension on. We've done a pantry. We've lined it all with this horizontal VJ, which, you know, I do that a lot. I love it because it's more expensive than gyprock, but kind of, you know, to say cheaper than tiling. But it's a beautiful finish and very farmhousey, which again is kind of the look we're going for. This wall right here, this is where the oven is, and the range hood will be there as well. But it's basically the wall that you first look at when you come through the front door. So this is a feature wall in my opinion. And so I always try and figure out where is the main walls that you look at. And that's where I'll spend a little bit of money and then perhaps save on the other walls that aren't the main visual feature. And so on this wall we're using, it's a tile, but it looks like pressed tin. 300 by 600 mil tile with like a pressed tin pattern. And we're going to take that from bench top all the way to the ceiling. Again, I feel it's necessary to do that because this is such a main feature wall, and really for an extra couple of square meters of tiles and labour, I just think value-wise it's totally worth it. The shelves in the pantry, they are actually, again from IKEA. I kind of like them because, you know, they're just a bit, I don't know, raw looking. They're just pine, but they suit the farmhouse nature of this style of renovation. And, you know, very cost effective. It would be, you know, cheaper than, say, going to Bunnings and buying the melamine and the plain white boring melamine. This has just got a little bit more character and was cheaper. This is where the fridge is going to go in the pantry. I prefer putting fridges in pantries because I think fridges are ugly. You know, I'd hate to walk in, the front door is up there. I don't want to walk in here and be looking at an ugly fridge. There's nowhere to really obviously hide it. So that's something that I always consider, and here we've put it in the pantry. Now, and then there's going to be shelves obviously up both sides. I don't think that space there, either side of the fridge, is useful for much, so we've actually framed that out, and that's just a void. You know, you don't want shelves running up the side of the fridge, so why leave it empty in a stupid dust collector? So we've just lost that space as a void. However, this one here, we've actually gained it as a niche in the laundry. Let me quickly run through there. Here we've gained it as a little niche there. And I'll show you the layout of the pantry another time. But just back through here, that's what we're doing for the pantry. We've also put in heaps of PowerPoints. So if the client wanted to keep her blender or whatever in there, or say coffee machine, she can actually use it straight from there. She hasn't got to drag it out into the kitchen. Next thing, this door is actually the original front door of the house. And we're going to use it here as the door to the pantry. And the doorway into the pantry, we've got this old door which had all this staggy LED light in it. Yesterday, Jesse the carpenter, he cut all of the LED light out, and I'm going to order a piece of plain glass and get like a really cool pantry decal to put on here. But I just love the thought of using the old original door here. It's already got all this nice paneling in it, and we'll paint it a nice colour. Maybe this colour will look nice as it is, not sure yet, but that's what we're up to today. So I think that will be really sweet. So again, when you walk in from the front door, you're looking at that wall with the oven and the cooktop, beautiful feature tiles, and a really sweet old restored pantry door. And then the full height cabinetry over there. And then of course the little island dining table will be there as well. So that's a little update for you.